Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I showed my face on camera. Today's episode is very important to me, and I figured, why not show my face for this video? Because this is I love the Black Panther movie. I love the Black Panther character, and we're celebrating the 4-year anniversary. So I'm like, you know what? Let me talk on this. Don't use a Bitmoji. Don't do a voiceover. Let me actually show my face on this thing. Before I officially start on one show, I want to say rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. So this video is not just gonna be like a review. I'm gonna actually speak as a Black Panther fan, and I'm gonna talk about the culture of the Black Panther um, movie, the character, and everything leading up to it from my point of view. Because I'm a huge fan. I've been a huge fan since I was introduced to this character, and again, we are on the 4-year anniversary of the film. So um, for me, this is very like this is exciting for me. Okay, so this is gonna be a lengthy video. I'm just saying this right now. It's gonna be a lengthy video, but but before I go any further, I want to say thank you for all the viewers who have been watching my videos. For everyone new, check out this video if you like it. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and we take it from there. So I've been wanting a Black Panther movie since I was introduced to the character. I was introduced to the character in about 1988, 1989. Me and my stepfather, we went to the comic book store. As I said before in other videos, I'm a huge comic book fan. I've been collecting comics for like 40 plus years. So anyway, about 88, 89, we went to the comic book store, and my stepfather actually pointed him out to me. He said, "Oh, I used to read him when he was younger. He used to be with the Fantastic Four." And I didn't know anything about that. I knew about the Fantastic Four, but I didn't know anything about the Black Panther character. And so I started reading some of the older comics when I collected it. And around the 90s, he had a little bit more appearances, but not that much. It wasn't really until the Fantastic Four cartoon in, say, 93, 94, when he was on there that I was like, oh my God. I became obsessed. Which you have to understand, being a Black comic book fan, we really didn't have too many characters that looked like us. There was some out there. Uh, there were Black Lightning. Of course, there was Storm. Now, like I said, we're talking about the 80s and 90s here. As for me, of course, we had like Luke Cage and stuff, but nothing like the Black Panther. The Black Panther was royal. He was regal. He was a superhero. You know. And as for the movies, we didn't really have anything. We had Still that came out with Shaquille O'Neal. We had Meteor Man, but he wasn't a real comic book superhero. He was made for the films. And we had Blade, and I love Blade. I love Wesley Snipes' Blade, but Blade's not a superhero. He's he's a vampire slayer. You know what I'm saying? But he's Marvel. But I never really considered him a superhero like I do the Black Panther. So the 2000s come around, and Black Panther comics are starting to come out more and more and more. And I am loving the run. I am loving the run that we've seen, and like a lot of characters are being reintroduced, and new characters are being introduced. And I was just like, oh, this is great. Like I was really loving this. I was like buying it monthly and everything. And the MCU started up. And when the MCU started up, I'm like, I hope to make a Black Panther movie. I hope they add him, because I was hearing, of course I was seeing, but I was hearing that they was doing a shared universe. So all these heroes are going to start appearing and everything. I'm like, they gotta add the Black Panther. And on Instagram, I wrote this. Check this out. So I was hoping that that they would introduce him, and we fast forward to 2016, one of the greatest superhero movies, Captain America, Civil War, and boom, we got the Black Panther. He was inside the film, and let me tell you, I was ecstatic. I was so hyped. Um, he has some of the best scenes inside Civil War. His character, his fighting, the way he looks, the whole design, just great inside that film. And then we found out that he's getting a solo film. Oh, man. And that's when the obsession goes times 10 for me. It was like times 10 for me. Then I hear that Ryan Coogler is directing the film, writing and directing the film. And I see who else is being attached to it. Michael B. Jordan. But listen, I gotta say something here. I gotta say something. I gotta be real with you. Okay. So I got celebrity crushes. We all got celebrity crushes, but I got celebrity crushes, right? And two of my celebrity crushes were in that movie, were cast in that movie. Lupita and Anaya. Listen, ain't no way in hell that I was gonna miss seeing this film. Every week, I was uploading something on my Instagram. Follow my Instagram, Terrance S Ellington. Every week I was I was uploading something on my Instagram. I was talking to people, and everybody's like, "Damn, calm down. You acting like you part of the film." That's how I felt. Like I felt like I was part of that film. You know, that film being made and everything. You would have thought that they was paying me to promote that movie because that's what I was doing on my Instagram and on my Facebook. I was talking about the Black Panther movie. And again, I was hype as shit that two of my favorites, ladies, were in that film. Okay? And maybe I went a little bit too far with the crushes. You know, it happens. It was a little innocent thing. It was a little fun. Maybe kind of weird to some people, but, you know. But yeah, I was hyped that those sisters was inside this film, and then the cast just kept getting bigger and bigger. Like, oh, actors like Angela Bassett, Forrest Whitaker, Martin Freeman, Sterling K. Brown, Andy Serkin. You know, they all was joining. They all was joining this movie, and it was just a beautiful feeling. Like it was a who's who of Black people inside this film. And when I read basically the synopsis of the film, it's like, you know, they're gonna go from Wakanda and they're gonna do this, that, and the third, and what's going on inside of it. I'm like, they're gonna show African culture, and that really made me happy too. You know what I mean? Um, because even though there's been a few Black superhero movies out there, they never really showed African culture, and this movie showed African culture, and it did it in such a beautiful way. You know what I mean? And listen, I am about to start this review, you know, and you probably can see where this review is going. But I'm about to start this review, and just go with me on this ride, okay? Do you guys remember the hype leading up to this film? Do you remember how a lot of Black people, where they was all just coming together over this film? And you know, Black folks, we there's only a few films that get us like this that like, damn, we gotta go see this. And I'm dating myself when I say this, but I remember back when I was in high school and Malcolm X came out, and then Malcolm X, Spike Lee said, "Go see this movie. Cut school, go see this movie." And I remember I cut school in 1992 to go see this movie, and I had the Malcolm X hat with the medal and the Malcolm X shirt and everything, and that's how it was with the Black Panther. Everybody was looking beautiful in African clothing or dressed up as the Black Panther. All the fans across the world, and they all was doing their Black Panther clothing, costumes, and it was just a beautiful sight. I remember going. I was with an ex at the time, and we actually wore dashikis. And my ex, she was actually African, and she looked great. You know what I'm saying? She looked great in her get up. She's not gonna be in this picture though because she's an ex, but she looked great in it. And I had what I had on and everything, but everyone inside that movie theater was decked out and looked lovely. You know what I mean? You had your haters out there online that were just like, why is everyone dressed up like that for a film? Now, mind you, these supposed to be comic book fans, sci-fi fans, who don't have a problem dressing themselves up in Star Wars gear. when a Star Wars movie come out or a Star Trek movie come out. So it's them seeing us in African clothing, being proud of our heritage and being proud of this film in general, hype for this film, just made them, ugh. And I did not like that, but I did not let that bother me when I went to go see this film. So even though that Black Panther is a Marvel superhero movie, it wasn't like any Marvel superhero movie that we've seen before. And that was one of the reasons why I love this so much. So after the events that happened inside Civil War, T'Challa had to return back to Wakanda. And Wakanda is a beautiful place. It's technologically advanced, mostly because they have a viable metal called vibranium. You all know that. Now T'Challa has to be the one to take over as king, and there's a lot of things that go on inside Wakanda. A lot of things in Wakanda that needs to be changed. One of the things is that should they help the outside world, which is a great concept that you don't really see too much in comic book movies. We have Killmonger, who happens to be T'Challa's cousin in Claw. Now, Claw was the person who killed his father inside Civil War. Anyway, and he also kills him inside the comic books too. So anyhow, Killmonger is playing Claw. Killmonger wants to get back to Wakanda because his father, like I said, T'Challa and him are cousins. His father was killed by T'Challa's father, and he wants to get revenge. But not only that, Killmonger is a mercenary, and he is one of those people who feels that Wakanda should be the leaders that take over the world. Adding more craziness to that whole situation, there are other tribes inside Wakanda that feel that T'Challa is not up to being their new king, and T'Challa himself is feeling doubtful. Ryan Coogler created a world that we have never seen before. This black sci-fi action superhero movie, which was so beautiful in detail, from different types of African culture to black culture in America, just so beautiful and heavily detailed. And he created these characters that are a little different than what they are in the comic books. For example, the Shuri character. The Shuri character is so much interesting here to me than she is inside the the comics. Same thing with the Killmonger and the M'Baku character and some other supporting characters. Just fantastically done. The way everyone looks, the music, the special effects, which is not his fault, but the special effects can need a little bit more tightening up. But other than that, this is a gorgeous looking movie. Like, even the soundtrack that was chosen for it, fantastic. The African drums to Kendrick Lamar's raps, just like, it just fits. Everything fits inside here. The casting choices that he did, everyone, it's just, you see them. You know what I mean? You see who they are. Ryan is right up there with the Russos and Taiki, James Gunn, John Waltz, um, my man Josh Whedon. Even though people say a lot of things about Josh Whedon too is an innovator in Marvel superhero movies. Then acted in this is extremely good, very good. Everyone did a fantastic job. Michael B. Jordan, he deserved an Oscar nomination because his Killmonger was off the chain. T'Challa was great. Denaya, Lupita, Winston as M'Baku, um, 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 Shuri, Latia, I think that's her real name, Latia, Angela Bassett, Daniel, Forrest Whitaker, uh, Andy. They all did such a great job, you know. Of course, T'Challa and Michael B. Jordan, Killmonger, sticks out the most, but everybody was doing their thing, and that's why I really like there was nobody lacking or lagging. And they gave enough story for everybody to do something, and that's why I really like that they was able to fit the actors. They gave actors enough material so they all could shine in one way or another. Especially the women in this movie. The women in this movie, they just killed it. Oh my God, the ladies were doing their thing in this. I remember that feeling I had for this movie inside the movie theaters, sitting there watching these beautiful black faces on a screen, seeing characters that look like me in the audience, hearing how many people were cheering and crying and just going, damn, like the reaction when Killmonger said one of his last words, the reaction to T'Challa coming back from the dead, and he said, "As you can see, I'm not dead." Hearing everybody's reaction to the Dora Milaje, just a beautiful thing. It's seeing these black women on screen, how strong they are, how they kick ass, just fantastic. You know what I mean? The African culture, beautiful. Like I said, it's a superhero movie, but it feels more than just a superhero movie. There's some parts inside there that just really hit you right in the heart. You know, there's a part, especially towards the end, where he goes to California and he opens up the center and he talks to the young black boy, and listen, man, just beautiful. Just had me in tears. Like I was one of those who stood up when the movie went over and did the standing ovation. For real, that's how much this movie meant to me and meant to a lot of people. So the chemistry was off the chart to me, just off the chart. So as you can tell, I love the film. I loved the film, and I watched it again maybe a week or so ago, and I still feel the same way. I posted this on my Facebook when the film came out, when I walked out the movie theaters. This right here. And I still feel the same way. Everything about this film is just beautiful. And to me, I'm saying for me, it's a perfect film. You know, I mean, the special effects could have been a little better, but other than that, it's a perfect film. And I am giving Marvel Studios' Black Panther 2018, I am giving it a 5 out of 5 stars. Now, if you like that video, I suggest you can check out my other videos. You know, I got some videos on comics, horrors, TV shows, but definitely check out my other videos. Subscribe if you like what you see. Leave a comment, thumbs up, you know, all that jazz. I really do appreciate it. It helps my channel grow, and that's what I really want my channel to grow. You know, follow me on other platforms like Facebook, Terrance S Ellington. On Instagram, Terrance S Ellington, one word. And on Twitter, TS Ellington, one word. And also follow me on Xbox. You know, wrestling, WWE 2K22 is coming out in 2 weeks. I love to go against some people online. So follow me on Xbox at t.e.e.massagesllc. All right, everybody, you take care. Bye.